Well, welcome back to Morning Break. This weekend is when most people start to spend more time outside, start to be more active, and are more likely to be injured in an accident or a mishap of some kind. Chatham Emergency Services CEO Chuck Kearns hopes everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend. He's joining us this morning with some tips for how to stay safe, not only through this holiday weekend, but right through the summer. Good morning, Chuck. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Tim?
I'm great, thanks. You probably see a lot more incidents this time of year, just because there's more going on. There's people doing more things.
Yep. People want to get outside. School just ended yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they've got plans and they want to get out in the water and go to the beach and all kinds of stuff. Hit the road.
Yeah, and those are the big areas of concern, or at least that you should be paying attention to. The water, the roadways, but really the athletic fields, anywhere where you're kind of doing something that you haven't been doing for a few months.
That's right. That's right.
All righty. Well, I know we got it broken down into categories. We want to start with water safety tips. There's some common sense things, but then something else that you wanted to get into as well.
Yeah, so, the weather's warmer, the water's a little bit warmer. People want to have pool parties at the end of the school year, things like that. You should always have somebody watching the pool, right. a designated pool watcher who doesn't participate in all the party elements that are going on. In other words, no alcohol.
Right.
You're on duty.
And that person should be an adult.
It should be an adult, right? And they should have a cell phone with them, and best yet, even training in CPR and things like that, so they can get help if needed. At the beach, you always want to watch the flags, swim near a lifeguard, don't go in when there's, dangerous sea life around, things like that.
Obviously wear a life jacket while boating?
Absolutely, yeah, we've had some bad boating accidents, unfortunately, in the past, and a life jacket could have really helped.
And the reason for all that is this last one. Swimming is not instinctive to humans.
That's right. So humans are one of a group of creatures on the earth that don't have an instinctive ability or knowledge of how to swim. So just like we have to learn to walk and talk, we have to learn to swim, because what we do is we move around in an upright position and we push down with our feet to move us around with two small contact areas. Well, when you're introduced into the water with no training, you try doing that and your head's going to be underwater. Right. That's when you get the slapping, trying to get their head up where they can breathe. And so people who are drowning, and I know you know this, but for 9 years I was an open water beach lifeguard early in my career. They won't call for help because they're trying to breathe. Right. Speech is a secondary function of respiratory system. So, they have to learn to be taught to turn to this position and propel themselves against resistance. As we walk through the air, there's no resistance. You get in the water, there's resistance. So the bottom line is, get swimming lessons.
Yeah, a good time to do that. Also a good time to start thinking ahead to some firework tips. Maybe not the holiday for it, but the common sense ones still apply to that. What should you be doing to be safe around fireworks?
Well, only adults should have fireworks, right? You should always have a bucket of water nearby to throw hot stuff into, like punks or spent sparklers. Don't give sparklers to little kids. Right. They love to run around with them and make designs on them. Those things are hot and they will burn severely. So you don't want to do that. You never want to try to relight fireworks that have gone out because they may explode on you. Don't hold them in your hand. Never aim them or throw them at somebody else. I mean, you could really do a lot of damage.
Yeah. The last one we want to get into today is, I know, is very important to first responders and very important to anybody on the roads. It's the Move Over campaign to really kind of keep our first responders safe.
Yep. So the issue there was so many people have died in roadside accidents who are first responders or other people who are there to help. Just in 23, which was the last year we had info for, 45 people died in roadside deaths who were there to help on the scene. So when a fire truck is blocking a lane, or a police car is there, or an ambulance, tow trucks, and even those roadside service vehicles that the state sponsors, these people are dying when cars aren't moving over. And so
give them an extra lane, move as far left as you can,
slow
even
down.
if they don't have the lights on. If you see those emergency vehicles, go ahead, get over and
but if they're on the side, they're probably going to have the lights on because they're working.
Right. Yeah. Chuck, thank you so much. You stay safe, and all your folks stay safe this holiday weekend. Thank you for keeping our community safe as well.
It's our pleasure.
Always great to see you.
You
Thanks
too,
so
Tim.
much.
Thanks.
Memorial Day also means